Hey, welcome to Cooking with Frankie Meatball. Today, I'm going to share with you my grandmom's chicken soup recipe. She called it the Italian chicken soup.
Hey, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Johnny E. from Philly Rock Radio.
And you're about to get cooking
with Frankie Meatball.
I'm Frankie Meatball with the YouTube cooking show. I'm Frankie Meatball of the cooking show with you. I'm Frankie Meatball every Wednesday in the show. I said it, you heard it, it is fun.
Grandmom's Italian chicken soup. Let me tell you, I don't know what about this is Italian. Maybe because my grandmother was Italian, she made me chicken soup. Also, I think it was the little meatballs that she put inside. So yes, this is a chicken noodle soup with some meatballs. I'm using some ditalini. They're like the little, the little pastas you find in soup, right? Not the pastines, but So we're going to use some parsley. We're going to use some onions, garlic, carrot, dill in the meatballs. Yes, this isn't your typical Italian meatball. This meatball is going to have fresh dill in it. Forget about it. Grandma knew what she was doing, so don't go saying anything. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're going to have some parsnip, celery. This soup is good. And since it's starting to get cold out there, right? Nothing better than chicken noodle soup, right? Last year I did a matzo ball soup for you. Today, I'm gonna do a chicken noodle soup. The Italian grandmother's chicken noodle soup. It's good for you when you're sick. And even if you ain't sick, forget about it, it's good for you anyway, right? So anyway, in the oven, I was roasting 6 chicken wings and 2 thighs. That's gonna be for the stock that we're gonna make. You got your chicken. I'm gonna put it to the side. We're gonna let that cool a little bit, okay? So you wanna get yourself a cheesecloth because when we cut the stuff for the stock, we're gonna throw it in the cheesecloth, tie it up, drop it in. So this way we don't have to strain it. Put your pasta to the side. Make sure you got a pot with some water in it. Keep it on low just to keep it hot. So when we're ready to cook these bad boys, we don't have to wait forever for the water to boil. What we'll do, open it up. It comes folded a little bit. We're gonna open her up. Okay, we're gonna tie it back up so after we get done chopping everything. So put it to the side. This is step 2. Step 1 would be salt your chicken, let it sit out to room temperature, throw it in the oven, roast it really nice, and you got it on the side like we do. So we're gonna get some Italian parsley. Don't worry guys, I already washed it, okay? And make sure you wash it good too because sometimes a little dirt gets in there and you don't want dirt soup stew, huh? Dirt soup stew, I like that one, that's good, right? Boom. You want a whole head of garlic or a whole bulb, right? Just run your knife right through it, just cut the whole thing in half. Be careful if you don't got a sharp knife. And if you do got a sharp knife, be careful too. So we're just gonna throw that in there, just so like that, right? The onion, we're gonna get a whole onion, and we're gonna chop it. Leave the skin on. Trust me. Leave the skin on. We're gonna cut our onion in quarters. Boom. We're gonna throw that in there, nicey nice, right? So we got that there, your parsnip, right? Just run your knife through it. We want to be able to fold this nicey nice and then tie it, 3 small bay leaves. Boom. That's what I do. Now comes time to tie it. You can tie it any way you want, but this is what's worked good for me. Take this corner, cross it, and then tie it. Put 2 knots in it, okay? This one gets it down tight. This one makes sure that it don't move. Right? Same thing with the other side. Bring it over. Make sure you got a nice sized pot too, guys, because this is going to cause the water to rise. Okay? So we're going to put this to the side. I cleaned 3 carrots, took the skin off a little bit, a little bit. I don't know, that stuck in my head. But anyway, I'm not going to take up too much of your time with my mouth. We got a lot to do, okay? Less talking, more working, okay? So let's just trim up our carrots. Yeah, these carrots are small, so I'm using 3. Okay, I'm gonna chop up 3 and we'll see what it looks like. But so what you got, let me move, boom. Now it's better, now you can see, right? So what I'm gonna do is cut the carrot in half, boom. Cut the carrot in half. And if they're small like this, you want them whole, you leave them round, you want them whole, whatever. You leave them, boom, 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 just slice them. But I like the little halves, you know what I'm saying? You get your carrots, then we're just gonna kind of run our knife right through them, okay? And nicey soupy soup, you know. You want them nice, you don't want them real thin or whatever. Like that, it's gonna cook down, it's gonna be beautiful, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be beautiful. So, you take the carrots, we're gonna put them in our pot. Throw it in the pot. Oh, you hear that sound? Boom. Now you know how to cut the onion. With the lines, we're not gonna put all the lines, we're gonna cut it in half. We're gonna do just quarters, like that. Okay? Because we want it bite-sized, and you know, don't have to be too thin. Boom, look at that. And we don't want to waste not one. Right? So you want everything uniform when you do your mise en place, right? But see, my grandma, her cuts were never uniform. You know, so for the authenticity of this soup, I gotta do it the grandma way, you know what I'm saying? Well, it won't be grandma's soup. It brings me back to my childhood when my grandma used to make it. Okay, 2 celery stalks. Don't know why I put 3 up here, but I did, so I'm gonna put it on the side. I might use it in meatballs, how about that, right? With the celery, just wanna kinda, you know, chop it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Guys, let me tell you, well, instead of me telling you, let me ask. You see this guy right here? Who wants him? First one to email me at cookingwithfrankiemeatball@gmail.com, I'll bless them with this. I'll ship it to you, no charge of you. You can have something from the Frankie Meatball set. But the first person, I gotta be fair, the first person to email me that wants this, email me. Boom, forget about it, right? There you go, it's yours, email me, okay? Boom. Let's get our stock stuff in there, right? Let's get our chicken. Throw your chicken in the pot now, okay? You're gonna get some kosher salt, put some salt in there. All right, put that in there. We're gonna put some pepper, just a little bit. Okay, that's salt and pepper. Okay, so what else we're gonna do? What's missing? The water, so we can make the broth, right? All right, so you wanna put in your pot 4 quarts, which is what? A gallon of water, right? Put a gallon. You wanna bring it to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer, and cover when you reduce it to a simmer. So bring it to boil, reduce it to simmer. I roll it to boom. Hey, feel like I'm on music, right? Anyway, let's get on with it. Again, there's a lot to do. I'm gonna shut up my mouth and do more work. All right, so 2 cloves of garlic, nice size cloves. Mince your garlic. Nice and small. Remember, you got to do it nice and small because your meatballs are going to be small. You don't want this big piece of garlic and teeny weeny meatball, right? Now the onion, just a little bit of onion in the meatballs. Okay, I'm going to put that together with the garlic because it's all going together in the same place, right? So anyway, a little bit. We're going to get a little bit. We're going to get some fresh oregano going on over here, guys. Got to do fresh herbs, guys. Fresh herbs. What I say, the fresher the better, right? So what we'll do is just run my knife through this nicey nice. There's some fresh Italian parsley. So a little bit. And you know, you want it nice and small, so cut it up nicey nice. So I would say a tablespoon of fresh chopped oregano, a tablespoon of fresh chopped Italian parsley. Now, usually at this part is where I would cut the basil, but we're not using basil. This is where my grandmother was genius with these meatballs. Fresh dough. So I would say just a tad bit more of a tablespoon. Chop it really nice, because this is going to add such a flavor to these meatballs. Forget it. Wait until you taste it, okay? Something about dill when you're sick, you're a child. It comforts you. Even the smell right now, I feel comforted. Okay, I'm comforted right now. Here's the meat. I like to use what my grandmother used. She used the 3 meats, which they call it now the meatloaf mix. I don't know why. It is what it is. But you got ground pork, ground veal, ground beef. This is a pound. Not a pound of each, but a pound altogether. Okay? So at this time, let's throw in our garlic. Get your dill, throw your dill in. Get your basil. Not your basil, haha, just testing you. You get your oregano and your parsley. Put it in, nice and nice. We're gonna throw some salt. Fresh ground pepper. This ain't cracked, this is ground. 1 egg. We're gonna do a nice little covering of breadcrumb. You get your hands and get them dirty. Mix it all together. You want those 3 meats all mixed together. So what I do is I just squeeze it. See how I'm squeezing that like that? That's a hand mixer, right? I'll tell you that. This is a hand mixer. Yeah, mix it with your hand. That's a hand mixer, right? One other thing I gotta put in, but I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. There it goes again, a little bit. It's the word of the day. What am I gonna do, right? Maybe that's how Grandma cooked. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Right, so now we're gonna do this. Look at that. Fresh grated Pecorino Romano. You can use Parmesan, whatever tickles your fanny. But if you want it like Grandma, you want Pecorino Romano. It's up to you how much cheese you want. We don't want too much, we don't want no too little, right? I would say about 1.5 tablespoons of cheese. Make the meatballs the size of like a Super Bowl, or like those big gumballs. That's the size you want your meatballs. Go a little big, a little small while you're doing, don't worry about it. Gives that grandmama effect, the authenticity, right? So that's pretty much what you want right there. All right, that's pretty much what you want right there. So I want to say, this is where you do it, and you do it, and you do it, till you're all done. I'll see you when you're done making your meatballs. All right, the meatballs are done. So I'm gonna put my meatballs in the oven at 350, about I'd say 20 minutes or so. Okay, I got my meatballs done. I'm gonna throw them in the soup, and I'm gonna go cook my pasta in a separate pot. And then I'm gonna strain it and keep it separate. Our pasta's done. I got that draining in the sink. Now, our chicken, I pulled the chicken out, put it on a half sheet pan, let it cool a little bit. It's still very hot. But what we're gonna do, take the skin off, okay? Take the skin off. Take the skin off of the chicken. And then just pull the chicken apart. I'm gonna throw this back in the soup. And, don't try that at home, it's a little hot. And we're throwing in there for about another, I would say, 15 minutes to half hour. Grandma's chicken soup, eh? Looks pretty good if you don't ask me, but you're gonna ask me, I'm telling you, it looks good. See what I did over here with the pastas? I cook them, I put them in a separate container. When I reheat the soup, while I'm reheating it, I'll grab some of this, throw it in. I mean, it's the best way because you don't want to leave it in with the soup and it sucks all that broth up, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see, let's give it the meatball test, huh? First, let's taste this. Nice broth. Not too overpowering. It's got that grandmom taste to it, you know? Yeah. I mean, you could put more salt to it if you want, but I like to add as I go. Like, I could put salt in it, but I don't need it. So some people like it more salty, so it's your world. Let's taste the meatball. I'm telling you, Grandma knew what she was doing with that dill and that meatball. Let me tell you. Let's get a piece of chicken. Let's get a meatball. Let's get a nice spoonful of everything. Now, what makes it more grandma's, you gotta put some cheese on top of it. Now let's go back in. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, this takes me back, guys. Every time I taste this, it's really close to hers, but nothing beats Grandma's. Because you got to figure out what she's doing. She'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Make sure you try Grandma's Italian Chicken Salad. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on to the TikTok. And whoever wants us, email me. Don't forget to check out my guy, PhillyRockRadio.com. They play everything from the forefathers to the band. Mama Jama's the rock. And guys, this is starting to cool off. I want to get back to Grandma's soup. I'm telling you, try this. You're going to love it. Until next time. Forget about it, huh? It's a Frankie Meatball production.